welcome to Царь-Подкаст. It's our podcast about how you can visit Russia. Well, we haven't done a podcast in a long time, and a very dear friend of mine said, hey, we've got this sort of, musical going on at this theater. It's going to be something interesting. It's going to be something that people are going to want to see. And you know what? I think it is, because I'm not a big musical fan, but there are a lot of people who love theater and musicals. And guess what? Theater and musicals, all that is very, very good in Russia. Top notch. And if you want to come here and see them, you're going to have a good time. So here we are at the Musical Theater, Moscow's one and only theater that is specialized to only show musicals. So here we are with Alexander Popov, who is the director of the Musical Theater. Actually, first question, how do you translate the name of the theater into English?
The Musical Theater.
The Musical Theater, so I got that right. Yep. Very good. Yep. How did you exactly come up with the idea? You told me earlier that you seem to have wanted, that there was nothing like this in Russia before. How did you get the idea for the theater?
The idea was to match Russian tradition of a repertory theater with the musical need for a straight run.
What happened in this place before? Because you also told me that this used to be vacant. What was exactly here before?
Prior to it being vacant, it used to be a presenting place for various concerts and smaller theater groups, and other Moscow theaters used it as a second house.
Oh, sort of like a backup kind of plan.
It's a backup place.
All right. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So here we are in the recently renovated lobby. This lobby is actually, like I said, this is a building from the 1920s in that style, and even though they renovated it, they tried to keep everything in the original style, which I appreciate because I really like constructivism and Bauhaus and all those other. Yep. So has it changed a lot, or is this more the original vision?
Architecturally it hasn't changed, but the interiors have changed.
No.
What we were trying to do is actually to preserve the main elements of the original architecture, because we find it very nice. We like it a lot.
I don't know. Could you tell us about what does an actress do right now? So you're preparing for the show, right?
Yep, a little bit.
So what is that like? What do you have to do before the show to get ready?
I have to do my hair, I have to do my makeup, then I have to, get my mind well.
Sort of focus. Well, then I could never be an actor because I could never focus my thoughts. I always have something in the back of my mind.
You see this little mic on her forehead?
Yeah.
That's what musical is about. She also needs to do a sound check at about 6:45.
Oh, I see.
Because all the actors are mic'd.
Through their heads.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there is a receiver over there.
First time when I was singing in this mic, I was always doing my head like this because I couldn't realize that
it's very
okay
sensitive.
like
you don't
this.
need to do that.
Yeah. No, I know, because I always feel the same way. I'm that weird person who you'll see who's turns their cell phone to scream at it this way, because I could never have faith in the microphone. Well, I don't know. On the technical side, then, how many different microphones do you have to link up together?
Say 29 actors on stage, 14 musicians in the pit.
Oh, and those microphones never conflict with each other, or is that a delicate process to set that up?
It's a very delicate process, and in the ideal world they shouldn't, and usually they don't.
Yep.
All right, we will let her
Good.
go.
Okay.
Right. Oh, okay. Thank you for your time. Underneath. Oh, I see.
This pit was originally here, then it was covered with dust and whatnot for 30 years.
Oh, really?
And we opened it up as you would open a lid of a can.
Yeah.
We opened it up and renovated it, and now that's a house. We find it 12-seater.
Yeah.
We've installed new lights, a new sound system, a new curtain, a new fire curtain, and 20 lights on the stage. And this thing, which actually goes up and down, and
no kidding.
2 turning tables.
Well, yeah, I see that there's the slit in there.
Big turning table, and
Yeah.
13 meters here. And then there is a small turning table which we installed just for this show.
I see.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then there is a small platform, a plunger, that actually goes up and down.
So here we are in the makeup and costume section. We have to be quiet because people are thinking. We have people getting their makeup put on, their wigs and all that. So all the backstage stuff is happening here. So naturally they have to spend a lot of money on the costumes and the props and all that. So you can see this is all stored here. In fact, they have a little mini dressing room right by the stage. Way everything's accessible, everything's organized right where it needs to be. Here we are. I don't know what this is called. I think it's called the side stage, where we have the systems to monitor everything. They can see everything that's happening, so where sort of, I guess, the brains of the operation are. And of course, like I was mentioning before, they have sort of like a little mini dressing room for certain parts where they don't have time to go all the way back there. They can just change clothing right here to save time. This particular performance also involves a bit of video, and this is actually the point where they film that video, and the video is sort of telecast on stage, so it looks like the person is on television, but it's a live performance, so it's actually done from over here, which is sort of an interesting dynamic. So when we talked to the director, he claimed that they're trying to make everything very high-tech, very modern, so that's a little bit of extra technology in the mix.
Like I said, theater's not really my ball game, but I have to say, now I sort of get why people like it. There's a certain drama even behind stage. There's a certain energy. The people are really excited, they're really passionate, and I'm glad I got to see that.
Here we are in the main hall of the theater. As you can see behind me is miniature Moscow, and actually that Moscow there is on a big turntable. There's actually a few different turntables and mechanisms behind there, but they can actually turn the entire stage around and it'll look like New York, because this is sort of an international theme. English songs, Russian songs, things happening in New York, things happening in Russia, all of that. And this place actually seats about 1,200 people, which is great. We're a little bit far away on the balcony, which is good. I'd rather be on the balcony than right up front. And as you can see below, there's actually a pit in front of there where all the musicians are, because they have live musicians here and all that. And also to my left here, they have all the overall general sound controls, all those buttons, a big soundboard, and all that stuff. So, yeah.
The story of the musical is about a radio station that's closing down, and its most famous DJ is saying goodbye to his beloved audience for the last time. But later, a miracle happens. But to find out what that miracle is, you'll have to come to Moscow and see the performance for yourselves. So, that's what I saw at the theater. Usually they don't let people film the actual performances, but we did a little negotiating and they let us film just a little bit. So here it is. Enjoy.
Сегодня стал ты,